We did not evacuate for Hurricane Milton, even though we live in the Tampa Bay area, and I've been asked a few times if I regret not evacuating for Hurricane Milton, and the truth is, no, I don't regret it at all. There are several reasons why I'm very happy I stayed. One is I knew I was not going to be in danger of flooding. That was one of the biggest concerns about this storm, I think, in the whole area is the flooding. We knew it was going to bring a ton of rain, and there was a high chance of storm surges and river flooding and everything like that. I know I am not in a location that floods. Even with all the rain and everything, I knew which neighbors were going to flood, and I knew that we were safe from the flooding, which I'm very thankful for. I have relatives that did get water in their house, not like the major flooding, like where it's like 4 or 8 feet of water or anything like that, but like a foot of water or something like that. And they kind of knew that they were going to get water there, but I knew our location was safe from that. Number 2 actually did happen with the trees falling. Now that was going to be my worst fear, is having a tree fall and have it fall on the roof. I was not afraid of like the roof collapsing or anything like that and harming us. I was more afraid of a tree falling on the house and then having to deal with it afterwards and having roof damage and leaks and things like that. We were very fortunate. We had 2 very, very large trees fall. One was a large oak tree and one was a pine tree. The pine tree actually landed on the road from our yard, which was quite a distance, and it was blocking some of the road. The next morning, we saw how the damage that it did. It did get a little dicey. Yes, we know that the wind was really, really strong, but we were bunkered down. We had the electricity go out around 8 o'clock, and we were hanging out in the living room just kind of waiting for the storm to pass. We were prepared. We had our generator. We had plenty of food and water. After the storm, we were able to go into our RV and stay while we had electricity that was out for quite a few days, and we had our food, our water. We even had AC. We had all the necessities needed to basically live comfortably until the power was restored. Even with the tree falling down, the next morning we were able to go out there and trim the tree off of the road so it wouldn't block traffic. But we still have a pine tree on our power lines, or it's not power lines, I think it's cable lines. That's still sitting out there. We're still waiting for the cable company to come. Now, one of the biggest things was gas. Gas was a major disaster topic. It was running out of everywhere. And then it was even after the storm, it was getting so bad where cops were called to gas stations to monitor when gas trucks were coming in, because people were fighting. They were being nasty about it. We didn't have to worry about gas because we did not leave. We did not evacuate. And then trying to come back in with gas shortage would have been very, very difficult. And a lot of places were only allowing so much gas, like 10 gallons or something like that, to be able to drive out of state and then come back. What 10 gallons would not get us very far. And it was just nice to stay in this location, eat our food that we had prepared for the hurricane, and not have to worry about it. My sister-in-law went to the gas station by our house because she thought it was open, and there was the linemen that were there, and they were eating, and people were just being really nasty to them. They were cussing them out and saying, when's my electricity going to come on? And people were in chaos, and it was nice not to have to deal with that and just stay in our location, safe with my family during the storm. And if another hurricane comes by, I'm going to choose the same thing. I am going to stay shelter in place, prepare like we did, and weather the storm. Not all the locations were affected the same. There's still a lot of damage out there, and there's still a lot of homes that are underwater or received a lot of damage. But I knew our location was safe from that. So I do not regret not evacuating.